What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome back to another Casually Chelsea show, World Cup edition. Make sure if you are here already, you are smashing that like button, subscribing if you're new to the channel, leaving a comment down below if you watch this in the future, or in the chat, wherever you want to discuss. And make sure you're checking the links in the description, all that fun stuff. I'm accompanied here with the lovely panel, once again, of Scott, Real Chris, more people possibly to come later on. But let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the football that we've been watching in the World Cup. And let's start off with the first performance that we saw of the week, which was England versus Iran. 6-2. Very convincing England. An England that I don't think anyone really expected. And we're specifically going to be paying attention to the Chelsea players, obviously. But this game, Sterling looked phenomenal. Sterling looked like the Sterling that we all knew. Sterling looked like the Sterling from the Euros. He looked great. And that goal he scored, solid finish. I wish that Chelsea would create chances like that for him and he could score more like that. But alas, we're not talking about Chelsea. We're talking about Chelsea players, so we can keep our minds off of the Chelsea form. But yeah, Sterling looked good. To me, from what I could tell, man of the match that game was easily between Bukayo Saka or Jude Bellingham, who looked phenomenal in that game. And I'm not going to lie, I would love to get Bellingham into the club. Rice is up for debate, but with the price now being rumored that it's somewhere around 70 million pounds, maybe it's doable. I don't know. But Mason Mount, to me, I think he had a good game. I think he had a good game. I don't think it was as... It's always like this with Mason Mount. I don't think it's anywhere near as amazing as people are claiming that it is. And it definitely wasn't a poor game like other people seem to be claiming. So, I mean, I figured I ask Scott, we'll start with you, man. What did you think of Mount's performance, Sterling, that game in general?
I thought it was a good performance. I know people will say it's Iran, but you still have to perform. And you still, excuse me, by the way, people watching, I'm very ill. So I apologize if I cough a lot and if I sound like shit. So, but yeah, like you still have to beat those teams. Like you still have to put them to the sword, like we saw with the US, which we'll talk about in a bit. Like they didn't put the team they played to the sword, and it cost them. And it's like we've seen in other games where like not putting teams to the sword cost you or nearly cost you. So the fact that like you can score 6 against the team, you know, and it's comfortable and bar a couple of poor defensive mistakes, like. It was a good performance. Mount's performance, I thought, again, was good. Like, again, it's nothing... it wasn't anything special, but it doesn't... Like, it's not one of those that has to be. I thought Sterling was very good as well. I just thought, like, the whole team worked quite well. There was a couple players that I'm still yet to be convinced by, especially playing in certain positions. But no, I thought, like, for the Chelsea players involved, I thought it was a good game, and, like, you hope they can carry it on against America, against the US.
Chris, what are your thoughts on the game, man?
Iran's ranked 20th in the world. I don't even know about that. I thought there's lower than that. That's quite high.
Yeah, that is pretty high.
They didn't really show against England. I will say that. What, they lose 6-2, as I remember. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
With Mason Mount, I thought, like, out of the 3 midfielders, like, he was still the worst. Like, he was good still, though. Like, it's just like you had Jude Bellingham, like, obviously had an amazing game. Declan Rice had a good game as like, you know, played defensive work, and Mount obviously did this job as an 8, you know, just with his work rate and everything like all that. I thought he had a good game. Sterling, I did forget about, but I do remember what he did do. Like he did for Saka, where he literally created him a good chance, and obviously Saka had it in the box, and no one would press him, so he had a good goal. So no, Sterling definitely got assist that game. So yeah, he definitely had a good game. Like I think Sterling performs pretty well for England actually as well. So yeah, he had a good game as well. I don't know what much to say about Sterling. Like he did have a good assist. Actually, I forgot.
He had a goal too.
Did he have a goal? Where did
he scored?
Yes,
he ran into the box.
Well, he actually quite a good game then, didn't he? Because he had a goal assist.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he did score. Yes, he did. You're right. You're right. Yes, I remember now. Like he definitely did score. Yeah. Yeah, like he was probably one of the best, like before, like definitely, and best players on the pitch, right? Like obviously, Jude Bellingham was probably better, Saka was probably better, but he's probably like
He was up there.
I want to mention Harry Kane because I don't think Harry Kane got GA, but But Harry Kane didn't get like any GA, but he played really well as well. The link up and everything, and like even crossing it in. I don't think he got assists or nothing, but I thought he played pretty well considering he didn't score. But
it was one of those like Giroud type performances from the last World
Yeah.
Cup, where like he didn't register a single shot on target like Giroud did in the last World Cup, but he was influential to how the team played. And I thought Kane was the same. I will say, because I know someone in the comments saying about how Mount was the worst. He wasn't the worst player on the pitch. Like his friend in midfield for me was the worst player on the pitch. That's not to say again that he was bad. It's just number one. I think he fought for the first goal. Like just getting nutmegged on the edge of your box is like fair play. But again, like it just doesn't like. Maybe it's just me, but Rice doesn't move me at all. Like as a player, just to watch, like just doesn't move me. But yeah, I thought he was the worst player for me in an England shirt.
I kind of feel the same way with Rice. Yeah, go ahead.
It's not that he was bad. I just didn't. I thought he was the worst of everyone on the pitch. If that makes sense. Like I thought everyone. Else
I actually agree with that. Actually, maybe defense slacked a little bit. Did concede 2, like, and
yeah.
Pickford had a couple of saves. I think it's Pickford without in goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did a couple of saves as well, like, and he's left in a lot of situations. So maybe the defense did worse than, but Mount was still good. He just wasn't obviously as good as the other midfielders or attackers for sure. But
yeah, he wasn't like man of the match or anything.
No, unless you're Johnny, he probably says man of the match. But you know what people say, like play Phil Foden. I only say play Phil Foden if he's actually more of an attacking role. But if as an 8, like you have Jude Bellingham, who's an attacking 8. Mason Mount's gonna be that work rate you're just wanting your team to have, and I think that's the right approach. But if you're going someone like more attacking, like a role 10 or whatever, and 2 DMs like with Declan Rice or something like a 4-2-3-1, you play obviously Foden. I do rate Foden a lot as well, but yeah, like I think that's how it should go because a lot of people was crying out for Phil Foden, but.
I think depending on the level, if you play a better team, again, no disrespect to Iran, but if you play a better team, like if we were to play, I don't know, like a Germany or a
Wales, you fucking
shut up, man. If you were to play like, just due to like if you're playing a better team, I think Foden or Grealish would be better. But yeah, like you're playing.
I don't know if Germany's that good.
No, you know what I mean, though. But like they've got better players.
They're big. Yeah, they got.
I don't necessarily mean the same team is better. When you're playing against better midfield players, so when you're playing against a Kimmich or a Gundogan, or you're playing against a Neves or a Bernardo Silva, I think having someone who can provide more attacking prowess on the football pitch and therefore give those other midfielders more to think about is better. But for games against like Iran, for Wales, for even the US to a certain extent, if we play like a Senegal, like Mount's fine.
Fair enough, boys.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how they play against the US. That game is going to be good. That game is going to be tomorrow. We will be watching it on the Discord. So if you guys want to come in the Discord, come check out.
I'll probably join for that one.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it'll be on the Discord, so come join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. But yeah, that game is going to be interesting. I think that'll be England's real test. Not to say Iran wasn't. I mean, Iran, I think, should have played better. I think we all expected Iran to play a little better. But yeah, I think England maybe came out feeling like underdogs a little bit in the sense of being underrated, I guess. And maybe they wanted to prove something. So who knows? Let's move on to the next game. The next Chelsea player on this list. And this one is going to be unfortunate to talk about, but Mendy.
Oh God, I have no comments on this.
Yeah, he's not the only. He's not. I'll be honest. He's not the only person we need to talk about, especially when it comes to the goals that they conceded.
Fair. Go ahead, Scott.
I'd say I didn't catch a lot of this game. Like I've been working all this week, and I've been working 12 till late, so it's difficult watching some of the games. With this game, though, I've gone back and just watched the highlights, and just on the goals themselves, like Mendy's done. Like I don't know what it is. I think it's mentally. Like he just doesn't look anywhere near the same kind of player, which sucks for him. But it's done. Like I don't know which goal is worse to concede. The first goal is just come and claim that. Like you're literally taught as a goalkeeper to like just come claim the ball and take out whoever you need to take out. You go through whoever you need to go through and get that ball, and he needs to literally clatter Gakpo. Just go through him. Because at the end of the day, you'll probably get the benefit of the doubt. Like, you'll probably get the free kick in that scenario, or you'll probably get like you'll be the one that gets the good side of the referee in that scenario. But that's terrible.
Yeah.
Also, as well, the defending, like Koulibaly and the other guy who was next to him, I don't know who the other Senegalese centre back was, but both of them just no idea what Gakpo's doing. Like, just terrible defending. Again, from the highlights that I saw, it doesn't paint a picture of the whole game, but the highlights I saw again, Koulibaly just didn't look comfortable to me. Doesn't look anywhere near the player that we thought he'd be when he came. Looks as though he's about 9 years younger than he actually is. Plays like he's 9 years younger than he actually is. And then again, the second goal, just like, it's not even catching. Like, punch that out for a corner. Like, punch it away. Like, we used to get Kepa calling him Chris Packet wrists. Like, we might have to give that to Mendy now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what. Like, just where? Why are you palming that? Just straight where you did it. Like, and then again, it, like, I don't even blame the defense for that, to be fair, because like they can't react to it because he's already running. Like, he's already anticipating. It's just so poor, and it's like it just further like enhances the idea that we need definitely one, potentially two new goalkeepers come the summer or come going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I did get to watch most of this game. I agree with the Mendy comments, just simply because it's I hate to say this, and I was saying this on the Discord today, Mendy at one point was arguably one of the greatest keepers in the world. In form. Like, we're talking, he won a Champions League, Club World Cup, the Super Cup, AFCON, UEFA keeper. I think he won that. Maybe I don't remember actually. He won a keeper award. I remember that, the Yashin award.
Yeah, no, he did win one award. Yes.
So this guy was like on top of the world at one point, and just to see what's happening to him, it's just so sad. It's so sad. So yeah, both those goals, like, Mendy, you're a goalkeeper. You have to understand that as a goalkeeper, you're going to get injured. You're going to get hurt going for balls. Like, you have to put your body on the line, especially on like a goal like that. Come on, man. In my opinion, I agree with Oliver. That second goal. Oh my days, man. Either catch it or, like what Scott said, throw it out of bounds or whatever. The fact that you had all the time in the world to get down and get in front of that ball, and you deflect it and it goes right in front of the other Netherlands player that scores it. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame because Senegal, they were putting up a good match against Netherlands. They could have ended 0-0. They had opportunities to score, I believe. And they just tactically they were putting up a good game, and seeing the whole game as well as a whole, I thought Koulibaly was pretty solid. I thought Koulibaly played a pretty decent game, other than the goals that were conceded. But other than that, like I think he was doing pretty good. It was definitely better than the Koulibaly we were seeing at Chelsea. I'll say that. But it's just the Mendy thing. I hate to say it, man, but I think it is time for a new keeper. I think it's time for Mendy to move on. It's just. The confidence drop that he's taken is almost like Kepa's, but I don't know. It's just such
Probably
a tough
just
thing
the
to
same.
say.
Yeah.
Probably just the same, if not worse.
You know what I'm thinking? If we get rid of Mendy, as a backup keeper, or to challenge Kepa, and maybe get rid of both, maybe get rid of Kepa. We just need a new, whatever keepers. Get that Mexican keeper. He hasn't apparently got a club still.
He's like 50. No, thank you.
He's like what?
He's like 50.
He's old as shit, man.
No, he looks young still, man. He
No,
has 12.
I'm not even joking you. He's genuinely like 30.
He's up there.
Like 39, 40.
This is like I think this is his third World Cup.
Still, look who we had. We had Caballero as a backup, and he's like 38.
As a third choice.
He was like second choice.
Also, this guy does have a club. He's the captain of one of the best clubs in Mexico.
Well, we can pay a little bit of money and.
No.
Oh, he's 37. Jesus.
Yeah, he's 37, and I'd rather put all your energy into developing Slonina, to be honest.
Never mind.
Yeah, he's the goalkeeper for America. Yeah. No, and he honestly he only performs really well in the World Cup for some reason.
Well, we
He's
don't
a
know how he
keeper.
performs in Mexico.
After that penalty, look, listen, as an American, I have a rivalry and a bias against the Mexican team.
Wow.
But after that penalty he saved against Poland, against I almost said Podolski. Wow. Against Lewandowski, I gotta give him respect. I gotta give him respect. That was a good save.
Not just about that. I watched this technique here. I'm pretty sure he tricked Lewandowski to go in the other way, because he literally moved to the other way and he changed instantly back. And I think Lewandowski saw that, and I think maybe that's why he just hit to the right, because he thought he's going the other way. Like, it looked very technical for a keeper for a penalty save. Like, it's not easy saving penalties, and he's very good at it. So yeah, you know what? If Chelsea had, I'd be honoured.
Okay, Chris. I don't think we need Guillermo Ochoa. I think we're okay with that.
So we have got Kepa, who's good at saving penalties too, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's very unfortunate what's happening to Mendy, and I really hope he turns it around.
The game.
But if he doesn't, then it is what it is. We move on. He moves on, and we go from there.
It's a shame he's never got that pay.
Yeah, it is a shame too.
He stayed on low wages, and he ain't gonna get increased now because how bad he's performing. It's a shame.
He just has to be more aggressive.
He can move him on nice and easily though.
Yeah, move him on to a different team.
Yeah, please. But all right, guys, let's move on to the next topic here. Let's talk about America versus Wales.
Yeah.
The United States versus Wales. Now listen.
Game of two halves.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, it is a game of two halves. Exactly, Chris. I'm gonna try not to be biased here, but that first half, the U.S. did really well. They played really well. They're playing really aggressive. They're constantly pressing. They weren't letting Wales do anything with the ball. Christian Pulisic looked pretty good, and I believe it was the first half where we scored the goal too. He gives it to Weah, and then Weah scores, and it was a brilliant assist. Like he dribbled up the field, managed to get drag 2 or 3 Welsh players with him.
It looked about 2, like max.
Yeah.
And then he threw balls it.
And he threw balls it brilliantly to Weah, and Weah puts it away in a very clever way. Second half, Wales looked a lot better. It was definitely more on Wales' favor, and a very, very, very silly and dumb mistake from Zimmerman, the American defender, to foul Gareth Bale in the box like he did. And credit to Gareth Bale, very clever movement. The fact that he put himself in that position and knew what was going to happen, and he,
I still think he would have scored it because he would have turned it and blasted it in. But
no,
you know what? You still don't do that mistake though. As a fact, I still do because Bale's unreal.
And so is Matt Turner, but we'll
he's a good keeper.
We'll discuss that. He's a brilliant keeper.
I'll keep doing nothing, man.
But yeah, dumb penalty to concede. Bale puts it away. And the United States couldn't really do much after that. But Pulisic looked good. I'm not gonna lie, Pulisic looked good. And I don't know about you guys. I think this season so far, I think Pulisic has been all right. I don't think he's been good. I don't think he's been great. But Pulisic has been all right for Chelsea. When he's come on, I would argue he should be coming on more often than Mount and Havertz with his form right now. But I don't know, guys. Well, Chris, I mean, Ampadu also looked really good too. Let's not forget Ampadu.
Address his real name.
What? Ethan
Ampadu? The Welsh Ruud Gullit.
This guy. No.
Address it.
No.
Address it.
Not the Welsh Ruud Gullit. Anyways, so
acknowledge it.
Yeah, Ampadu looked pretty solid, man, and I don't know why we let him go to where did he go? Is it Venezia again? I don't remember. It's an Italian side. I'll look it up. But is it Venezia again?
No, it's Spezia. Venezia got relegated.
Oh, okay. So now he's over at Spezia doing his thing, but I liked him when he was playing with us over the summer. I think he looked good too, and I would argue he should have stayed at the club. But I don't know, man. Chris, what did you think about the game? Pulisic,
Uh,
Ampadu.
I honestly, because Wales know how to play like decent football, and I have no idea what happened the first half. Well, I do. I think I know what happened because I was begging for like a Moore or even a Johnson to come on before like the second half. Like we was just basically sitting back, letting US have all possession for some reason, and trying to through ball it to nowhere to like maybe Dan James and maybe trying to hit Bale, but Bale hasn't really got the pace no more. But yeah, we was just trying to long ball it, do that, and try defend, and we almost scored an own goal as well, where I think Weah crossed it or someone crossed it in US anyway, and we literally headed it straight at that was Hennessy's best save, was literally our own defender hitting it straight at him, and then we obviously Pulisic, he looked decent in the first half. I didn't really see much of him in the second half, to be honest, because I felt like in the second half we kind of dominated. Like Amplitude was literally for me everywhere. He was brilliant in that game. Tackling, you could have maybe got a banger from 40 yards. He hit it with like a volley. If that went in, that'd be incredible. More as well. He had a header, and it went past the header. When he had that header, he was ahead of your keeper, and it's an open net, and Moore didn't put it away. And he normally would. He's good in the air. So yeah, I don't know how he didn't put that away. And Nico Williams, he actually had some like bad news before as well. Like I think not whole world, but like most of the world probably knows. Like his granddad did pass away, and he played on, obviously, and I didn't know. He actually had a good game as well. Like him and Amtadu was like the two best for me for Wales. I thought US was very lucky when Matt Turner was in no man's land and Bale was about to like ping that like a golf ball or something into the net. So
the US tackled you. They knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah,
they were ready for it.
That's what I mean.
You weren't going to get that shot out. You were not going to get that shot out. The US is not going to let you get that shot out.
That's fair enough. Yes, you did a great tactical foul. Literally, I think as soon as that foul happened, the whistle blew afterwards anyway. Like, it was the only thing you could have done. Should have got a red card, it's an open chance. But
anyways, what'd you think of Pulisic?
Yeah, like the first half, he did a very good assist to Weah. Weah lived up to the name, scoring a goal. Pulisic took on two players. The first half, he was like just good on the ball and everything in general. I thought like he was having a lot of space. Was letting Pulisic do like what he wants pretty much in the first half, and it's kind of annoying me, man. Like I don't want to see him do well against us, but he had a good game. Maybe Chelsea should like give him a chance, and the teams who will give him like space, he might do well. You saw in that game when he had space.
Yeah. Scott, you're the one with the somewhat of a Pulisic agenda. What did you think about his performance in this game? Based on what you saw, because I know you only watched that.
You saw the first half, yeah.
I missed the second half, so I missed like the better of the wild halves. From what I saw, I just thought the US team in general was quite good. I think there were some problems that you faced just because of certain people playing or whatnot, or just like lack of others and whatnot. But I thought he was good from what I saw. Like he looked good. I need to see more though. But from what I saw, he looked good. Like he did look good.
Can I say one thing? I know. I'm gonna say I thought Wales is definitely the better team for like the chances we had. We had the Davis chance, we had the Moore chance, the Bale chance as well, and like we had a few more better chances. I thought we was better for like chances, but US definitely dominated with the ball and everything. Like the midfield was probably overall better, but we had the more killer chances as well. Even Johnson, when we pinged him as well, he hit it straight at the keeper though. But like we did go for a good counter attack of him. But I thought we was like slightly the better team. But it was like a fair result. In a way, we was lucky too because we got a penalty. So it's like one of them. Like we did get a penalty to make it 1-1. I am thankful we got a goal because I didn't want to lose to United States because then we'll probably be out because you could just beat Iran and we could be out that way. So I am thankful.
I mean, this result did make the group a little interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Now it's really up to the US if they want to qualify, and it's really up to Wales if they want to qualify.
Don't lose to Iran.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But all right, moving on to.
I was just saying, I can't lie. I think this result is better for Wales than it is the US.
I said that too. Go on.
If England win their next like
Mhm.
Because if England win against the US, they'll probably rotate the team against
Mhm.
Wales, which gives Wales a better chance of winning that game.
That's my
So
reasoning
because
too.
just of how the teams, how the like the not the teams, the like fixtures, like the way it works, I think that what's it called, that Wales have the better chance of going through because of this
But
result.
if US somehow win,
Oh, the US win, yeah. It all depends.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
This is very dependent on England winning the game. If they win the game against the US, then
Yeah. Or draw be
Mhm.
like very interesting too.
I think the draw doesn't really do anything because I think then England will put a strong lineup out in the last game to win comfortably to top the
I know,
group.
but yeah, then if we like have like it'd be like so chaos if like England actually do finish third, looking actually quite strong against Iran and losing to US or drawing to both teams and losing or whatever. It looks so chaotic and bad, and everybody blaming Southgate or whatever. So anything, I feel like anything could still happen. You never know. US Way has a couple of counterattacks on the English defense, and he breaks through or Pulisic, one of the two. You never know. So it's gonna be one of them. I don't think it's gonna be easy unless somehow England are playing really good actually this World Cup and actually gonna do really well.
Big up to you guys. Big up to Chris CMC. Don't worry about joining late. It's all good. We got a nice full-length show for you anyways. So you got plenty of content here to watch. But guys, make sure you are hitting that bell notification so you are notified when we have streams like this. We're supposed to have it yesterday, but I figured let's have it today. Turkey Day. I'm not planning anything with my family, so but it's all good. Turkey Day, and we get to talk about the first game match week of the World Cup where we get to talk about our Chelsea players. But all right, moving on to the next Chelsea player. Let's talk about, well, he's not a Chelsea player anymore, but let's put some respect on him. A Chelsea, what do we want to call him? Cult hero. There we go. Yeah.
He's definitely a cult hero.
Giroud with the brace, right?
Yes. Yeah, 2 goals.
Brace. And I think
he almost got a bicycle goal as well.
Yeah, dude, Giroud looked great, man. We were talking about this again on Discord, which, by the way, guys, join the Discord in the description. Yeah, I kind of wish we never got rid of him. He didn't fit the way we wanted to play under Tuchel, but goddamn, man, well, this guy could actually put away chances. Not all of them, but when he got the ball, he had a decent ability to put away some goals.
Wingers.
Yeah, that too. Target man, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like we play so much. I remember that time under Lampard, we were playing so much cross and Shalah, and Giroud was not starting for some reason.
Yeah, that made no sense.
And then when we, go ahead.
I would say the thing with I saw someone mention this on Twitter, and the thing with players like Giroud or strikers like Giroud is because he never really had any pace to begin with. A lot of his game doesn't rely on pace, so as he gets older, it doesn't really affect his game. Like his game isn't affected, and so he is still able to perform at his best, even though he's a lot older. Like, and I think that's why players like him work better than players like Aubameyang, where Aubameyang, so much of his game relies on pace, and as he gets older, he starts to lose some of it. He has to adapt, and like you'll see, like these sort of type of strikers like adapt their game so much easier and so much better because they're able to rely on the same things they relied on when they were younger. Like they'll lose a step of pace, obviously, but pace was never their game. So it's just he's probably one we probably should have kept just because he was always going to be useful in whatever role he was here. But he wanted to play football consistently, and
yeah,
he's now doing that and winning league titles and everything. So fair play to him, and like massive respect. And I want him to get another goal in this tournament, be the outright record holder.
Chris, your thoughts on France, Giroud, and
I always say like Giroud, like you talk about, like he doesn't need pace, and he looks like he just gets better with age. He's like fine wine, like he just gets better with age. Like he's actually, like you look at him the Arsenal days, no one even looked at him, and now like you see it with like when he got even later on maybe with Arsenal, people maybe looked. I'm not sure, but especially with Chelsea and even with France now. And AC Milan, he does well for. Like he did. Oh, obviously he scored 2 goals against Australia. They won 4-1, was it? I forgot the score.
Yeah, 4-1. Yeah, that was the score.
It was 4-1. He scored 2 of them. His link up, obviously, it's just incredible. Like when you watch him play, he has literally Mbappe on the left, and who's he on the right?
Dembele.
way.
Yeah, so two very quick players on the right and the left, and very skillful players, technical players. He's like, to me, like, he's one of the best target men in this generation, or whatever you want to call it. Eden Hazard loved playing with him. He called him the best target man in the world. Like they missed out with Benzema, and yes, Benzema's a better player, but he's not exactly a massive downgrade. Like, he's gonna be a good player for him. He helped him win the World Cup in the last World Cup. So yeah, he had a really good game. What did you guys say?
Like I said when we were doing our predictions, I think, or maybe I said this, I don't know, but I think with France, their biggest issue is going to be the midfield. I don't think Tchouaméni and Rabiot and who else played in the midfield?
It was Rabiot and Griezmann. Yeah.
Oh, Griezmann was a cam. Yeah, so they did like a 4-3-3 there. But yeah, so
I think it's a 4-2-3-1.
Maybe
it was weird. It was like a 4-3-3. It was he had kind of like a free roll. It was really weird. I don't know if it worked.
But he played well too, Griezmann.
He played well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be something that works like going forward.
I just think in that first half, especially when they conceded that goal, that midfield looked lost. Rabiot didn't look like he was up to par, and he picked it up later on in the game. He ended up bagging a goal and an assist. And then Tchouaméni, I don't know. I feel like Tchouaméni was kind of invisible that game. But then again, maybe I didn't watch that well. But Alex, big up, brother. How you doing? What did you think about what do you think about Giroud, man? Did you watch Giroud bag his goals?
I watched Tchouaméni being man of the match, but
Tchouaméni.
Yeah.
Think Tchouaméni was man of the match?
I thought Rabiot was probably better.
Well, Rabiot and Tchouaméni for me bust the whole game. I think it was. I looked at it and I missed missing him.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say Tchouaméni's not a good player. Tchouaméni's a brilliant player, but
No.
is he ready to be a starter for like France and lead them to World Cup? I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on who they've got. I think it depends on the
I was
partner.
thinking about Scott at that point when I was watching him.
Yeah,
Because I
it
remember,
depends on who.
Scott was telling me that he cannot play single six.
I never said that. He played a single six for Monaco. I knew he could play single six.
Who? Tchouaméni.
Tchouaméni played as a single six for Monaco.
He played.
He doesn't. He's
even at Real Madrid, he plays as a single six.
He does, yeah.
Why? I think it was you, Scott.
Definitely wasn't me, bro. I wanted him over like. I wanted him over people like Rice and people like that because he can play a single six.
I wanted Tchouaméni pretty bad, but
I
I
really
more
wanted
like to
him.
sleep back
Like,
then.
The only other person I wish we got maybe over him is Bruno Guimaraes, but like we missed out on both of them because we're stupid. But yeah, I always wanted Tchouaméni, and I always knew he could play six because he was playing six for Monaco. And he plays
Or
six
maybe
now
it's Daniel. Or maybe it's Daniel.
I could see School Bus Daniel saying
I
that.
could see him saying that. I know
But
Could be Daniel. Actually.
you need to write names when they say it, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm so bad with names, so it's like
Like, you said that.
I am going to be interested in seeing how France play moving forward with a better opposition than Australia. I think their next game is against who?
I thought Australia was good based on
Australia,
that.
to be fair, for
$100 on it.
For as bad as the matchup was, right? Like, and it's a very bad match for them. They were decent. Like, the scoreline, I think, was a bit unfair in terms of like.
It was the moments in the game they were good. It was the moments in the game, but
like I thought they made a good show of themselves. Like, even though they lost 4-1, it was like they got. It wasn't like, for example, we're going to end up probably talking about them more. Like, for example, I thought the game tonight. I thought even though it was 2-0, Serbia got battered by Brazil. It wasn't a 2-0 game. But like it for the Australia, even though they got battered on the scoreline, I don't think they had a poor performance.
Their next game is going to be against Denmark, which I think that game is going to be a solid game.
Denmark again.
Denmark depends what kind of
that
team
game
will show
was
up.
horrible. By the way, that Denmark Tunisia game was horrible.
Yeah.
That to me is the worst game of the tournament. That was a horrible game.
I don't
Actually-
think there's a lot of games in a tournament were good. Actually, like the games
I think-
itself.
I think there were quite a few games. I think in some of the other 0-0s, there was at least good moments. Like I thought in the Morocco-Croatia game, there was good periods during the game. But like you can maybe say that was a bit boring. But that Denmark-Tunisia game, I just found so dull.
Bro, tell me how Portugal-Ghana was the worst, best game of the tournament.
Yeah, that
Because for the first 70 minutes it was absolutely dead, boring, very disappointing game for Portugal. And then the last 15, they just decided to play. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now we have 5 goals in the last 15 minutes. Oh, actually, no, not even. Was it?
It's funny. It's funny that people like blaming Ronaldo, Man United fans, for that Portugal game. I was like, it's like my first time watching Santos coaching that team. It's like so funny. It's like we're so unexpected.
Managers.
When
absolutely
did
terrible.
Santos play attractive football, man?
I was gonna say that lineup as well did not help. Like
He looked a bit stiff though, Ronaldo, in that game where he ran up. I think he's slightly offside.
Fucking
Look,
bastard,
Ronaldo's getting old, and I'm enough
course.
already trolling with Ronaldo. I don't want him at Chelsea. And it's the chapter is just well, it depends on 200k a week. Anyway,
He has to be under
But-
300k for me.
I don't care the salary. Like
Yeah.
it's no. The
Fair,
problem
he
is
just
long
paid for
term.
himself though, didn't he?
I don't care. It depends on the longevity. 6 months, it's the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way. No other way. But anyway, move on from him. I think like the people think that Leao is ready to be leading Portugal and stuff like that. Maybe, but you still gotta see the other players, man. And any manager that coaches the teams, if I look for the guys that actually like. I tell you what, any manager will actually choose the player that always gonna make 7 out of 10 versus the guy that does 1 game 9, 1 game 4, 1 game 9, 1 game 5. The managers will always, yes, and it's a fact. I don't care where or who's the manager is. It will always choose the guy that does rake 7 out of 10 in a consistent level. Then just could be hot because Leao was not hot for the Portugal national team all the time. He had draw games before. Look, it depends. Like I understand that. Yeah, Leao, blah blah. It's literally like Foden, Sancho, and Grealish at England. Like, oh, why are they not playing them? It's just because you don't know what kind of you get. You're going to get them hot. You're going to get them cold. You're going to get them warm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what kind of players you're going to get at that point. So he rather trust the person that will do at least 7 on consistent basis. And that's what it is.
What did we think of that goalkeeper we're linked with, Costa?
I had fuck all to do apart from pick the ball out of the net twice.
Are you talking about the Portuguese one?
Portuguese goal, but like he had like nothing to do from what I can remember. Like apart from pick the ball out of the game, like pick the ball out the net twice. I didn't see the second Ghana goal. I'm really annoyed I missed that goal because
that was the one that was the header, I believe, right?
Yeah, the
header. What about the one that he messed up and didn't look? What about the one that he didn't put the ball on the ground without looking at the behind him?
Oh my days!
That's funny.
That was funny, but also like really reckless. Like, how did you? That's like one of the oldest tricks in the book. I guess it comes with experience. It can happen, but
do you not remember Eto? You kept doing that first. He was a sneaky man. He was. Yeah, he did it a few times first. He did do it. Like he's done like I think twice or 3 times first, and that's like a crazy number. Like to do that many times. People. How
old is Costa?
Oh, I can look on that.
Young,
early 20s. He's not too old.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's definitely what Alex is saying. The lack of experience, not. I mean,
this is his
bet
first
you that doesn't
year.
happen to him again.
This is his first year in the bright lights. Let's say that way.
Yeah, it's the world's biggest stage. It's the World Cup as well. So I can understand nerves settling in for some of these players and all that. So. It's only the first match week. We're seeing what we can here and seeing some exciting prospects like Leao and all that. But I really hope this Portugal team takes it up, man, because this Portugal team could be so much better than what they are.
Can I?
This Portugal team
where's
could be so much
Fernando
better than
Santos?
today.
I just want that group. It's not going to happen just because I don't think they'll like win the games. But I want that group to finish South Korea first,
Yeah.
Ghana second. Like I would
I
could-
love it.
Not anymore.
I wouldn't even be surprised if Portugal get knocked out in the group stage because the way they played today.
I think Portugal will go through. I think Uruguay is the one. Uruguay just.
There's dead. Uruguay is dead. When I
Are they?
saw
I was
when
gonna
I
say,
watched
actually,
the game.
you want to talk about lineups? The
Yeah.
lineup, the way the manager set them up in that game. You've
No.
got Nunez as a left mid, and you've got a guy who's a DM for his club and normal country playing as a second striker. You've got like
Oh,
no Suarez. You're talking about Ronaldo past his time. When you watch Suarez,
yes, Suarez is done. So they got Suarez and Cavani,
come on.
garbage. They're both awful.
I think Nunes, or what's his name, start shoot in Cavani is better chance than Suarez, man.
probably.
Yeah, I just that they could have
I
won.
didn't watch that game.
Both teams could have won that game. Like South Korea were really
Yeah.
good. Like the thing that I noticed about South Korea had that like they were really well drilled and played well. They're just missing that little bit of quality. Yeah, the team was really good. They're just missing that slight bit of quality. Or like slight bit of luck. But they were, in terms of as a team, they were so well drilled and like they played so well.
On the subject of games that I didn't get up to watch, I did get up to watch this one at 5 a.m. Croatia versus Morocco.
Nah, not
Again,
You chose the
Again,
wrong game to wake up, man. Wake up from
Croatia-
I
bed.
really did.
again though, Croatia, another one. Like you've mentioned, it just bland. If Modric ain't creating something, they're not creating anything. Or actually, no, I tell a lie. If Modric or Sosa, their left back, aren't creating anything, they don't create anything. This team.
But I tell you what,
this team
Modric
is
still got it.
Oh,
He
100%.
does.
Modric,
He's
100%
still
got
got
it.
it.
37 years old. That's insane.
I tell you, who doesn't still have it? Lovren or Kramaric or all of these other old players they have.
Mm,
Hey, there's such a thing as like they did it with centre back as well. Like Gvardiol started, like it was great.
yeah.
But it's like there's such a thing as like blooding in the youth. You don't have to play people till they're 40.
Yeah. Guardiola
Yeah,
played really
I
well,
don't.
but also
I don't think they have subs for those 40-year-old players, man.
I think they do in certain positions. They do.
I mean, of course they do. Like if you look at the broad scale of Croatian players, like in the whole thing, but again, it's a trust thing. It's a manager trust
agree,
issue.
but that trust may cost that like certain managers their
Well,
job because
that's
the Croatian manager is in his like literally his contract ends after the World Cup.
yeah.
There's a good chance he doesn't make it past this World Cup. Like after the
I'm not gonna lie, guys, though, in that game, like what really impressed me, Morocco, man. Morocco, that first half, Morocco really could have done some damage. They didn't, but the tactics they were 4-1-4-1 and the pressing that they were doing and the tackling they were putting.
They have a
putting
young
off some
team
good shit.
actually.
I was gonna say
Morocco has a
also as
young
well.
It's pretty solid.
I was gonna say in their midfield as well. The fact that they've got like the guy that starts at DM is not their starting DM. Their starting DM is injured. The guy that started, I think the guy that played DM does start in midfield, but he's not normally the DM. It's normally Loser, who plays for Watford, was the DM. But he was brilliant. Like considering you're playing a midfield of Brozovic, Kovacic, and Modric, it was quality.
Yeah.
That Amrabat guy, he plays for Fiorentina. He was quality.
Bro, freaking Hakimi was on fire, and Hakimi and Ziyech together, their link-up play was fucking amazing. The first half, second half, Ziyech disappeared. I think Ziyech was not ready to play a full 90, but he played it regardless. But dude, yeah, he did the disappearing act that second half. That second half, Ziyech barely touched the ball. In fact, that second half was pretty dead. But that first half, Morocco came out with guns blazing, man. They looked good, and I wouldn't be. This group is actually going to be a very interesting group. The group with Morocco, Canada, Belgium, and Croatia. I think the next game is going to be. Let's see, I have it right here.
It's quite
Belgium,
similar.
Morocco, and Croatia, Canada. And look,
In a
There's
way,
a feasible chance based on the performances. Obviously, it depends, but there's a feasible chance that both Morocco and Canada can win those games.
Yes, that's what I was.
Belgium-
That's what I was
Belgium's
saying. I
another
don't
one.
think
It's
Croatia
old
was
and
coming.
terrible. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, I'd say Croatia probably won't go through. I think Belgium, the fact they won, probably will. Like
Yeah.
that helps them. But again,
but
Belgium
they were
are
terrible too.
Belgium are terrible, fam. Like they
Belgium was
someone
so
tweeted
bad.
about this.
Oh,
These
come
men
on.
wasted these man wasted their golden generation, quote unquote.
Why is
On
the
I'm not going to say he's a bad manager, but he's a good manager.
Mm.
But they should have had a world class manager with these guys, the likes of Hazard, Bruyne in
They
their
should have the
prime,
World Cup by now.
Lukaku, like Courtois, like Vertonghen, Alderweireld, and they wasted it with Martinez. And now, like, there's just the game yesterday. Like Canada, if Canada just had a bit more quality, like, and could finish their chances. Like Buchanan had a great chance. I think Larin had a couple of good ones. David as well. They're winning that game comfortably. They outplayed them.
That's
Canada
what I said.
They did.
I said from the beginning, Canada is actually has a decent team.
Really good
I
team.
don't think Belgium is there. I don't think Croatia is there.
Nope.
I don't know about how Morocco played because I haven't watched it, but I just don't think Croatia is the same.
Yeah,
The
Illegal contact.
Batshuayi. Oh my days, bro! This man, we were basically saying he has a Tammy touch, because oh my days, the amount of times he would touch the ball and it would go out of bounds, or the touch was terrible. I was even kind of shocked that he even got the goal. And Canada did miss a penalty. That is true. Yeah, Canada missed the penalty as well.
What a poor
Yeah,
piece
that was-
of the penalty, man.
That I was gonna say, that whole situation. You've got a guy who's taken like I think he's taken the last 7 out of 9 penalties Canada have had, and I think scored all of them. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, and you give it to Davies. Like, fair play. Didn't work out. But that
David
penalty.
should
It was a
You
poor
talk about
penalty.
Batshuayi.
Dude,
At least I
that
can say with
penalty,
Batshuayi,
even I knew where he was gonna kick it. He made it so obvious. It was
No
so
pace,
terrible.
nothing on the ball.
No, I will say as well, you talk about Batshuayi. The least I can say about Batshuayi, he's not their starting striker. That cannot be said the same for the guy that started, one of the guys that started an attack, and one of their central midfielders who are their starting players. Like Tielemans and De Bruyne.
Hazard played decent.
Hazard
played
good. De Bruyne though, and Tielemans. Jesus.
Shocking.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know what happened
I
to
am
De Bruyne
actually
in that
not
game. That
defending
was not the De Bruyne
Carrasco
I
as well.
know.
I know he's not a wing back, but God Almighty, like this team, like the fact you've got like a 35, whatever he is, year old Axel Witsel, and he can get back quicker than Yuri Tielemans, or has more energy to get back than Yuri Tielemans. Oh, Jesus,
Big problem.
that he stinks. He's like there are good things about Tielemans, but bro, when it comes to off the ball, he's terrible. He's absolutely terrible.
What's funny
What did
is...
we think?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alex. I was just gonna say, what did we think of Trossard when we saw him when he came on?
Trossard for Belgium.
I think I
didn't-
turned off after Hazard went off.
Yeah. I didn't. I watched with one eye open on the game in the first place. I just want to see how my Hazard is playing, and he played well. So I still take him at Chelsea anytime.
Really?
But
maybe.
I'll still take him. But what's his name? I was surprised with De Bruyne, man. I was surprised with De Bruyne completely.
He got man of the match.
You don't. No, it's like
I heard that. Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is like those like players. It's people again misunderstand the definition of international football versus club. You can be good when only you have a quality surrounding you. You see what I'm saying? So like I don't know. De Bruyne usually. Anyway, it's for me. I think it's the lack of, for example, if you play sometimes for the club and you play high tempo and stuff like that, and you go in and you go on into, for example, if you start high pace game, quick pace, and all of a sudden you slow down, it's hard to go back to the high pace again in the same. I'm talking about the same game. So, for example, if it was like Tielemans, he got used to the Premier League so well. So this is why I don't really judge first games for the international. I let them slide to see because they are adjusting games to the climate, to the timing zone. So for me, first round does not tell. First or two games don't tells me a lot about the team because it's adjusting period. So for me, it's that thing that when you go into the game and you perform on the high intensity in England and you go into the club where you don't have a quality surrounding you and you don't play as fast as you used to, you go in a fast pace and you slow down, and all of a sudden that kickback, you're not in it anymore because there's nobody to kick you into that higher gear. So for me, I think that's the problem with Belgium, but it will be led to see. But I know you already talked about Germany, but Rudiger can hold.
No,
that
we haven't
with both
talked about
high knees.
Germany yet. We're actually going to be talking about it very next, actually.
De
But,
Bruyne,
yeah, go ahead.
I do agree to a certain extent. The thing for me with De Bruyne that was like the worst bit about him, and this is the part you'd associate with De Bruyne, was his passing. Like his passing was atrocious, and like you'd at least think with De Bruyne, maybe some other things like he's not great at. Like I always used to say when like in the past when he played for Belgium, he used to play in the pivot with Witsel, and I've always thought that was stupid because you're asking him to do too much defensive work. Then like you're not getting the best out of him. He always needed to play in the front three, but then yesterday, like he's playing in the front three. He's playing with fair enough. Like Hazard is not at his peak. He was still good, but he's not at his peak. And Batshuayi isn't on the level of Lukaku. But even so, like, just fix up your passing.
He gotta do better, man. He gotta do better.
Fix up your passing, man. Like, at the very least, get the ball to them. If they then fuck up, at least it's on them. Like,
you see, when you can see when the game doesn't go your way and expensive passes don't reach the destination, you need to cut it out. And what you need to do is go to the basic and make it simpler. Like, don't you see what I'm saying? So you can see maybe it's a mentality thing, you know, like I'm that player, I'm gonna try those high-end passes without
he had the typical like what we've seen from Ziyech or what United fans see. Like instead of something doesn't work. Cool. I've tried it about two or three times. Let me do some short passes. Let me try and build up more. Then I can go back. No, I'm just going to keep hitting until one comes off. I'm gonna misplace 99 passes. But that 100 passes, I'll get that. Hey, cool, but you've already misplaced 99 passes. So why does it matter? You made one. Like that's it's one of those where you just like I just don't care now. You made one because you keep making about so many just misplaced ones. It's like
I remember when I was young, I couldn't get it. Like if during warm up, if I will not hit the ball, like just like hit it as hard as I can, not for direction, just to kick the ball with everything I got. You know, just for me, that's when I feel the ball. You know, it just like I get a feeling of the ball. If I will not do that, I will gonna be struggling for the game. If I'm not doing that, I will, and my passes don't go away. During the game, I will kick the ball on purpose as hard as I can. During the game, I'll remember I'll get yelled by coach, but to get my feeling back of the pass. You see what I'm saying? Like to get that sense of what I wanted, how I feel when I pass the ball. And I will do it during the game. But to see him moving like that and passing like that and not adjusting it's kind of like, come on, man, you are supposed to be one of the great midfielders of Premier League. Yeah. So.
Nah, it's definitely below the expectation. But yeah, like you said, it is the first game. We'll see how these players perform in the second match week because maybe the nerves are out of the way. But we'll see. A player like De Bruyne shouldn't be getting nervous. It shouldn't be performing like that, period. There's really no excuse.
He's over 30.
And Trossard too. I didn't see much of Trossard, but
he was
we'll
decent.
See.
I didn't get a lot of time.
I didn't even know he's Belgium.
Yeah,
he was decent, but like, didn't really get a lot of time. Had a nice couple of moments. That was kind
you think he should have started, Scott?
No.
Okay.
Like
fair enough.
It kind of depends because it's a weird one. Because he's the more informed of him and Hazard, but Hazard is A, the captain, and B, like, Hazard international is always a different beast.
It's a trust thing. It's a trust thing.
Yeah. And it's always like Hazard for his country is always a different beast. Like he's always a different beast. It doesn't matter whether he's in form or out of form for his club. For Belgium, it's different. Like he's always in form.
All right, boys. Let's. Alex brought it up, and I do want to talk about this because I think this one's the one that I think I have a lot of things to say about it. One of the big upsets of the first match week, and it was this one. Germany just completely capitulating to Japan. They got ahead with the penalty. I believe it was a penalty. Yeah, Okay Gundogan. And as soon as Gundogan leaves the pitch, they fall apart. Japan just got ahead and look. Also, big up to the Japanese goalkeeper Honda. I think is his name.
Yeah, he had a
was
nice
the man of the
triple
match.
save.
He kept them in the game pretty much. But Germany unable to finish their chances. Havertz,
Hey, surprise,
I don't know what
surprise.
to say, man.
Water is wet.
You would.
Get acid to the
I was
bench.
hoping Havertz would pick up the pace and do better internationally like he usually does, but no. They lost this one, and it was not a humble defeat, or actually it is a humbling defeat. But yeah, Japan, they deserved it. They deserved it. What'd you guys think?
They were quality, and
Oh.
this is the thing. And again, it's another situation of a team that is drilled impeccably, and the difference between them and the Korea game, they had that bit of quality at the end.
Yeah.
A team that is drilled so impeccably, and it doesn't matter who is playing, because excuse me, whether it's the player, the subs or the people that started, everyone knows what they're meant to do, and it's it just works. It just works, and especially when you've got people having bozo moments, I don't know what Schlotterbeck's doing for that second goal. I have no idea
Did
why.
anybody think Neuer's at fault for the goals?
Maybe because he probably should stay on his feet, but I
I'd
do
have to
kind of
rewatch it.
understand it. But for
Yeah.
me, just that defender,
Not the second goal.
you let him run off you and touch it down. That was terrible. But yeah, it's just the when Gundogan goes off, and that shouldn't be the case. You've got his
Yeah.
replacement's a good player. Goretzka's a good player. I'm not saying he's as good as Gundogan,
Yeah.
but he's still a good player. It's but at the end of the day, they had the players, and they probably should have scored more, but they didn't. And at the end of the day, it comes down to the attackers as much as it does everyone else. And there's a real chance as well, because I don't think they're beating
It's the
Spain.
first game. I think
It's the first game. But, the first game
Still
can mean
should
a
be
lot.
able to beat Japan though.
But the first game can mean a lot going forward in terms of because do they play Spain next, or do they play Costa
They
Rica?
play Spain next.
Cool. Hey, Spain are going into that game on a lot of confidence. So
I
They fucking
I
better
don't
be.
think Spain is that good as people.
I don't think Spain is that good either. That's why I had them finishing second initially, and Germany finishing first. But hey, that Germany team. And to be honest,
It's weird. Like I said, I can't judge for the first game. I can't judge World Cups for the first games and group stages because it's adjusting time. It's always adjusting time. There's a couple of teams that I for sure know that they will struggle, and they did. Like Croatia, I didn't think they were good because they lost a lot of players that used to do a lot for them since the last World Cup. Then Belgium completely knew that they're gonna struggle through it. They still will get out of a group, but I don't know how. Depends. And,
any half decent team beats Belgium. I'd back Japan. I'd genuinely even back South Korea maybe to beat Belgium. I'd back most of these teams, these half decent teams, to beat Belgium. They're not a good team
because on as much as talent De Bruyne and all those guys and Germany has, there's still nothing beats the guys that run nonstop for the 90 minutes and don't give up and grind. You see what I'm saying? The grinding in the national, it's always rated the grounding.
Exactly, and it's those that are well drilled as well. If you get well drilled players that know exactly what they need to be doing and know exactly the movements of the other players, that'll beat just pure talent. If you can have as much talent as you want, and that is good, but sometimes just having a well drilled team will go through that.
Do you guys think
that's why I think Argentina definitely coming out of group and go forward.
I think they will as well. It's just
I don't think it's the first game is matter anything, but still
I think
to see Messi
a couple
cry.
of about their team. Personally, I think they have to change.
What do you guys think is the weakest aspect of this German team? Do you think it's the attack?
Defense.
No defense.
Defense?
It's a
They don't have a
Bayern
team.
team.
They
You can
don't have a-
judge Bayern the
Their
same
defense.
way you can judge national team.
It's not even just that. They haven't taken a single right back. Why? A single right back. The guy they played Sula, who's a centre back at right back. They've got Kera, who's a centre back who can play right back. They've got Matthias Ginter, who's a centre back who can also play right back. They've got Hoffman, who's a winger who can play wing back. They haven't got a single right back. And the centre backs that they've got as well, Kera, just a horrible player. It's terrible. Ginter's good. Ginter, I think he's decent. Schlotterbeck can be very hit and miss, as we saw. Who else they got centre back? I don't know if they've got anyone else apart from those guys. But yeah, this defense like just ain't great. Like if Rudiger ain't playing or if Rudiger's not up to scratch, and even when he is sometimes, their defense is terrible. And no amount of
I
having
like he has knees running though.
no amount of having like a quality goalkeeper can save them if their defense is
Or
terrible.
political statements for that matter.
Yeah. It is what it is with the political statements, but
I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Go
you know,
ahead.
Alex reminded me that Rudiger knee high thing. Why does Rudiger do that a lot? Like, is there like a reason? Or he just
Remind
likes to
you?
show for, remind me for
I
what he's
can't.
got knees.
I don't know what stupid people do. Why are you asking me
No,
what stupid?
Does he do it for the cameras just to, like, so we can watch it back and just laugh at it, like just so we can?
Yeah,
enjoy it?
I
that's
think he
that's
just
what
likes to play
touting.
mind games.
Touting. He's literally touting the player.
Oh fuck
Ah.
off.
That's what boxers
Well,
do.
It
Not you.
backfired on him.
I've just seen a tweet. Fucking hell.
Oh, you just now saw it?
No, I just saw a tweet that Lewis put in a group chat. Oh, the English media are fucking nonsense. I swear to
Oh,
Nah,
I've just seen
But-
someone on TalkSport say that they'd rather have Mount in their team over Neymar. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered with the English media.
yeah, but Mount's got work. Right? He comes
Right,
back and
fuck.
becomes defensive.
What a
I
dead
think
take.
someone's perspective on a
What
football
a
pitch.
dead take. What a stinky take. Anyways, that journalist should be fired. Anyways, let's move on to the
Wow,
next
canceling
topic. Yes, because it's such a stupid
Absolutely.
take.
Dumbass.
Respect Aspie. Let's
Oh,
go. 7-0
I'm so
against Costa
surprised.
Rica.
I
didn't
was
watch
so
the game.
surprised. I laughed at that lineup. Like, I even tweeted before, this lineup is so average and dead, and they go.
I was going to say that's the thing.
I'm
like,
surprised
this is
that
why.
Scott and Alex said that they think the Spain team is overrated. I think they're underrated, if anything.
No, that Spain team. If you look at
Gavi
it,
has
they're not
such
good.
a good performance.
Oh no, he did. But like, if you look at it overall, it's not great. Like they've got like Jordi Alba is not the player he once was. Had a very good game. He's not normally the player he once was. Their backup left
Yeah.
back. This is his first like professional year, I think. Their backup left back.
Mm,
They were playing Rodri at centre backs. That's how much they rate their other centre backs.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
true, they were
yeah.
playing Rodri at center back.
Right back again, they've got an aging Aspie instead of Carver Howe, and it's like their
I
midfield is
told,
quality.
yeah, that was you, Scott. I was wondering who was the one that told me Aspie wasn't going to start.
I didn't think
that
he would
was
start.
you.
Genuinely, hey, I'm surprised. I
Yeah.
didn't think he would. Fair play.
Respect Aspie. Aspie minerals, bro.
But yeah, no, don't get it twisted though. But their midfield is
Yeah.
amazing. But again, their forward line,
Yeah.
like again, they've got one striker and it's Morata, like one out and out striker. I mean,
Well,
like actual number 9.
I mean, Ferran Torres did a job, and I
He's not a
think
striker.
Moreno is
striker, though.
probably better. Is he not a striker? I feel like
Ecuador, man, come on.
Darren
It's
Torres is
Ecuador.
not a striker.
It was Costa Rica.
against Costa Rica.
Costa
Costa
Rica.
Rica. No. Obviously, like Alex is saying, obviously, I'm not gonna like over. I'm just,
thing
seven
is, right,
still
I'm saying-
score 7-0.
They could beat
That's
Germany.
impressive.
They could beat
Like
Germany.
I
'Cause
said
Germany.
earlier,
Yeah, they could be
you
Germany.
still have to beat these teams, and putting teams to the sword
Yeah.
is good. But like the thing is, like the reason I said it, like the thing is for them is they have a world class coach who can improve.
Yeah.
They can
Luis
take
Twitch Enrique.
they
Let's
they
go.
have a world class coach who can take, good to great players or good players
Why
and
you
make them.
call him world class coach though?
Oh yeah, he's a world class coach.
Why?
For
What
me,
did he win?
Multiple La Ligas. I don't know if he won the Champions League. I can't remember if he won
Did
the
he won
Champions
La
League.
Ligas?
Let me actually
Under-
see this.
When did he won La Ligas at Barcelona?
Hey, if he hasn't won anything, I'm going to be very surprised because he was quality when I remember he was there.
I'm gonna check
I
transfer
think he's a
market
good
right
manager.
now. I believe he's a good
Yeah, I might
manager.
be wrong,
Oh yeah,
but-
here we go. He has a Champions League. He has a Super Cup. I don't know
shit.
what the hell this is. World's best club coach. That's a trophy. I didn't know that was.
There you
So
go.
Twice
he's
the
the
Spanish
same as the
champion.
Tuchel.
Hey,
Super
I might have
Cup.
been wrong. Hey, I might have been wrong. I don't know if he actually did ever win the league.
He won Champions League.
He did
He
win the
won
Champions League
championship. So he's
And
the-
Tuchel.
and the Super Cup.
Hey,
And
Tuchel
that's
won
too
league
cool.
titles actually. He won
Right.
league titles.
Yeah, I was wrong. Hey, fair play.
PSG.
I still think he is a world class coach.
Oh
Oh,
no,
He
he
won
didn't
the
win the
triple
league.
with
Right.
Barca, but not Liga. He won
Yeah,
Cup,
yeah, yeah.
Super Cup, and Championship. Is that the year when Messi said we bring in the? No, that's not that.
But yeah,
Oh,
I
I
still
know
do
what
think
you
he is
mean.
I still do think he is a world class coach. But
Yeah, he's great.
it shows what you can do. Like, because as I said, like that forward line, you got Asensio who like is so meh as a player. You've got excuse me. You've got like again Ferran Torres, who's a decent player but is not a striker. Managed to get a good performance out of him as a striker. On the left, they had who do they have on the left?
Olmo.
Again,
I believe Danny Olmo was there.
An attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
Like you've got
Is
no,
Alonso's on the Spain team?
no, he
No,
didn't go.
Alonso didn't get called up.
But like you've got some good players, but they're not extraordinary. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they perform well, and the fact, like you said, you've got a 19-year-old having a quality performance in a World Cup in the centre of midfield, and just their midfield in general was quality. And they have got a good team, but like I think the team is overrated. But I think having Enrique means that they will win games like this 7-0, or they can beat a Germany.
I think
can
we
do
don't have experience in that build. Even though it's young and
I can see
decent,
that.
I don't
That's
see the experience on the national level. We don't play much together. That's the problem
Yeah.
for me. Why I don't think actually. First of all, I don't like Spain. Don't like any Spanish teams, any Spanish fuckery because with all the Barca history and shit.
Hmm.
But I just hate the way they play. So that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how they play against Germany. That's going to be the one that I'll rate. But this one, hey, I'll take it. I'll take the W.
I actually-
for-
this
They're not
is-
getting to
this
the
is-
final, Marshall. They're
This
not getting
is
to
not
the final.
how I judge. I judge actually
Yeah.
when they play not against the usual suspect. I'm not judging them how they play against the Spain. I will judge them how they play against Japan or
Yeah.
whoever they're supposed to play. You see, because they play Germany all the time in any European tournaments.
Mhm.
That's the problem. Like I want to see them play against those kind of countries. Bravos for them to beat Costa Rica 5-0, 7-0, whatever.
Yeah.
But I will more judge them against those teams that grind. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure. Yeah.
I think they should come out based on how quality manager is. I do rate him, by the way, but I
Yeah.
want him at Chelsea instead of
Spain.
but anyway, but still, I just don't rate
We'll
those
see.
kind of games between it.
I like that he got them to actually score goals, which I didn't expect them to score that many goals. 7, let alone. And Morata even got a goal. And you know when Morata scores on you, that's you got to fix up that
Is
defense.
is the Costa Rica? Is that bad or?
They're that
I
bad.
don't think
But
they're
that
that bad.
Name
They-
me one player,
of all the
Marshall, now. Go.
Of all the keys that qualified from CONCACAF,
Keylor Navas. Keylor Navas.
Oh, damn it.
of all the teams that qualified from CONCACAF, they were the lowest
They
finishers.
got
I also
got in
think-
through playoff game.
Yeah, they got in for a playoff game, and I think they only just qualified on the last round of games.
Oh yes, I remember how they did.
They
Was
played.
Haiti involved?
They played Peru. Was it Peru? Who the hell did they-
Peru.
No, Peru. They played. I think they played New Zealand because Peru
That's
had
who
to
it
play
was. That's who it
Australia.
was. Yeah.
Mhm.
I remember how it was the penalties.
Have us some vibes.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
team just like
It
I'll be
was
like
horrendous. Yeah,
their
yeah.
team is like
that-
great.
And now
Trying to
They-
see the ranking here.
they conceded 7 with Navas ain't a bad keeper either.
You see,
so
I was
Yeah,
opposite.
Navas is not a good keeper.
I was going to say
I
they
was-
conceded 7. Sorry to interrupt. They conceded 7 with Navas in goal.
Yeah,
and a
Costa Rica is 31st on the world ranking here.
By the way,
That's-
I
that's
do
nothing below
still
Iran,
think
so-
that Iran has a good team. I don't know what happened to them. if
They have a
played
good team.
that badly. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
Iran has a decent team.
I think then might be like, you know, the Turkey said, oh, they got a good team, they got a good system, this, yada, yada, and then they flopped.
No,
Yeah.
they
No,
Iran
actually
have
have
got-
a good team.
Iran have got a decent team, and the thing
I'm
is about them,
hearing- I'm hearing a lot.
they've got an experienced manager.
Don't ask
Their
me to say
manager-
their names because I can't.
No,
But
I'm not. No. I hear they have a good system, they have a good manager.
I'm just
I feel the
saying the
same.
manager is the problem.
Yeah,
I
Iran-
think so. Around like their manager
possibly.
is.
I hear
like-
good things about the manager.
I'd say their manager is the reason why they're able to do so well. Like it says a lot that like he left, they had like 1 or 2 managers, and then went back to him.
Oh shit!
I'm just
really?
gonna throw this in here, guys.
just
In the
United.
mix,
Manager or
They're-
something United.
Costa Rica is ranked
kid is-
higher than Canada. They're rated higher than Australia. They're rated higher than what other country we have here?
Their
Saudi
FIFA
Arabia.
ratings are stupid anyway.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
they're-
Wales
probably-
is somewhere like 15th or something.
Well, you should be 52 or something.
15. We're not below Iran and all that. We got
The
Some
only
They're
reason
19th.
you're in the World Cup,
we're 19th.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a little
Right
bit lower
above Iran.
then.
by the way, who took Russia's spot in the World Cup? Or they didn't put it at all?
They didn't qualify, I don't think.
No,
They-
Russia qualified. They
Did they
got
actually
kicked
qualify?
out. Yeah, they
don't
actually
know.
qualified a long
I
time
actually
ago.
don't know.
No, I know they did qualify.
No.
I
Is it,
No,
I,
I
don't
believe
know,
you,
I don't know. I don't know who took
I
that spot.
don't
I've
know.
no
Did
idea.
they give the spot to somebody else, or they just left the spot empty?
I
Let me
suppose
check.
they
I've
give
no
it to a
idea.
certain country.
No, they
Hold
played
on.
a playoff and lost.
Sympathy.
I think it says Russia soon appealed the decision to court arbitration for sport, but it was turned down March 18th. As a result, Poland got a walkover and then
Well,
beat
that's
Sweden to
not
secure its
like-
spot.
Oh, okay. So
But
Poland got
qualif-
off a
It's
bye
not the Cups
against.
for a while, yeah. What's happened?
Yeah. Wow, if Russia got into the World Cup, we would not have seen Poland.
Wouldn't
That's
have
Oh
seen-
yeah,
Win them.
Poland.
Poland.
Mhm,
Oh, that damn.
So
That's
they
got
did
hurt.
give. Yeah, so that
Yeah.
they did give somebody a spot. Well, good luck watching Poland. What a fucking disgusting of a team.
Yeah, that game was not. very
Oh,
good.
they played Mexico. That game was dead. I can't lie,
Also,
that game.
you know what really surprised me about that game? I saw Matty Cash on that lineup when they were showing the players. I was like, that's not Matty Cash. The
Yeah, it is.
motherfucker switched from English to international
He's
to
got
Polish
he's
now.
got a Polish grandmother.
Doesn't even
I
know
think.
the damn language.
Yeah, he's got a Polish grandmother. I think.
Yeah, something like that. But all right, last game, Silva, Thiago Silva for Brazil. He did a good job, man. I was really worried for him because I didn't want him to get injured, but always a solid performance for Thiago Silva. Almost scored a goal even today. But yeah, we talked about this game a little bit. Brazil, I gotta give it to Richarlison. Good goal. I hate Richarlison, but scored a fucking good goal.
Yeah, that was goal.
That could
Where's
be goal.
the,
of the,
where's
the
the
cup.
defenders?
No, I don't know. Yeah, that defender actually he could have blocked that
Not
goal. The
one,
second goal.
both of them. They both
Yeah.
left him and went into the goal.
Yeah, it
It
was
horrible defending.
not good performance for Serbia. I expected more from them.
I expected
but-
more of Serbia too. They have a quality
Yeah.
team too.
Serbia were
Yeah,
terrible.
dude.
They were
Yeah,
terrible.
Serbia.
They were terrible,
Yeah.
terrible today. They can play better than what they did today.
But we saw Brazil. Brazil look good, man. They look as good as we all expected.
You say that. I don't
Are
think they
we-
were. Like, they
I don't-
no. I expect them to be better than that. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
they
Yeah.
played at like 60%, and the fact that this is what I mean. This is why they're my favorites. Like they're up there as like one. I think they at least get into the final. They played at 60%, and there were some players on the pitch who needed to vastly improve or shouldn't be starting the next game, and they walked this Serbia team. Like this
Yeah,
Serbia
and
team in terms of with good players, and they walked them.
I will cut on this because Serbia is not easy team to beat in the
No,
first
no,
place.
not at all.
And the fact that they beat them with not having all again the clicking of the first game, it's not there. You can see him is passing. You can see what's his face. Fraud of the good thing we didn't spend 60 mil on him. Man, Rafinha is terrible, man. But you can see I don't see that guy gonna go they're gonna sub him. We're not gonna play Rafinha in that position
Oh
anymore.
no, they'll probably play Rodrigo, you'd assume, in the next game maybe. But like
Yeah, he was like, how you cannot score from anyway,
He
but
had a lot of opportunities. that he
a
did not take
lot of
advantage
opportunities, and by what I was trying to say is like with 60, like Scott said, 60, I'll say a little bit higher, maybe 70%. And the question is going to be, is Neymar is that influential for Brazil or not? Because that ankle looks swollen, but it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
a
I
big
heard
deal.
about
You
that.
can drain it.
Do you know what I think the
He'll
difference?
probably miss one game.
I said, do you know what the difference is with this Brazil team though, and a
They
couple
do
of
have a
like
forwards, plenty of forwards.
I'll say the difference between this Brazil team and I think from like definitely 2014, and you can say probably the 2018 one as well, is and a couple of like the journalists, like the South American journalists who like followed like Brazil, the league, and the country.
Thinking maybe that's a disguise, blessing in disguise.
No, it's more like they don't have to rely on Neymar anymore. Yeah, he's their big player, but it's not like in 2014 he was literally, if something is going to happen, it's going to be Neymar that does something. He was literally the guy they put every single one of their hopes on, and if he didn't do something, no one else was doing anything. That's not the case now. Like even if he goes off, or even if he's not up like fully up with the races, you got Vinny Jr. is doing bits like doing Trivella like crosses and
Didn't
like
do too much Vinny Jr. today.
But even, like you've got him.
Pretty decent from what I saw.
He was decent, but they all donkeys in the final third. But I could be the first game because.
But you've got like Richarlison in the final third. You've got Anthony, or you've got Rodrigo who can come off the bench. You've got Paqueta who looks good in the midfield as well. You've got other players like Martinelli who can offer you something. Like he hasn't got to be the guy that does absolutely everything anymore.
Martinelli, when he came on,
Martinelli, I do rate Martinelli,
Jesus
man.
Jesus Christ, I rate him too. I know
his
the Chelsea fans
directness,
like
his
to hate on
directness,
him,
man.
That one play he had, he ran the ball all the way down the wing and almost created a chance all by himself. It was crazy. I couldn't believe what this kid was doing.
Two things are good from Barcelona. Neymar getting injured. That means that what's his face gonna start?
Rafinha?
No, it'll be. I actually don't know what they might do. They might
no. That guy from Arsenal.
Jesus.
Martinelli?
Jesus is gonna start.
Yeah.
I don't think he will. I think it depends.
He will. Jesus could be dropping into that deeper role
potentially, but
because Neymar they played 10. He plays Neymar as a 10 in the middle.
But the other thing they could do is go Paqueta as the 10 because he's normally a 10 and go Fred in the midfield because Chiche seems to love Fred. There's a couple of options they've got that they could do because I think from what I could see or from what I would hear,
in and out, man. That team is.
Dude, those subs.
I was listening to it over the radio, so I didn't watch. But from what I could tell, it was either Anthony. Like who was playing the 10 after he went off? Was it Anthony or was it Rodrigo or Rafinha? I can't like.
Rafinha pushed up.
Later, Chris.
Yeah, see you later. I read that message late, by the way.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, this Brazil team like are gonna go far. Like they're gonna go far just because they've got the quality. The fact that I said they can play at 60-70% and just walk a good team in Serbia, bro. I feel for who else have they got to play in that group? I feel for Cameroon, man. Like that might be ugly. That might be 10. Is that the next game? Is that the next game? Is that the next game? Or the game?
Switzerland is the next game. Brazil, Switzerland.
Oh yeah, cool. But it's I was gonna say they might be reaching like Cameroon having played 2 games, like feeling themselves, like feeling good. Like they might genuinely score 10. It might be bad.
It could be a bloodbath, but you know what? I hate to say this. I hate this comparison, but it's very similar to me. Rafinha today reminded me a lot of what's his face? Oh my god, I'm just drawing a blank on his name. Wow, I had it the whole time. Wolves right wing back. Adama Traore creates all the chances and does all this, but does nothing with them. Makes all the space, makes all the runs, does nothing with it.
It's
really disappointing.
Should be humbled.
Really disappointing to see what Rafinha there. But hey, man, the team, regardless, like you guys said, is absolutely stacked. Just the subs that imagine bringing on Martinelli, well, I don't really rate Fred, but Fred. You have Jesus on the bench. You have Rodrigo.
The fact you've got arguably the most informed or one of the most informed midfielders in the Premier League, and he doesn't make the pitch.
Oh, you're talking about
Bruno? Yeah, you've got like he doesn't even make the pitch. You've got like a quality centre back in Militao, can't start because the 2 they've got in front of him is just better. Like
I think Danilo got hurt actually, hamstring.
Yeah, so probably Dani Alves is going to play, but it's like you've got Jesus, who I rate as a striker but can't start because of Charlison's ahead of him. It's like this team is nuts. This team is dumb. This team is
Hey,
just
I was questioning why Richarlison was starting, but after today's performance, I can't say anything bad about Richarlison.
I like his nastiness up front. Actually, I always rated it. He's a little bit of nastiness in the front. Not the quality. I think
drama
I thought there
queen.
was always quality that he was lacking, but
he barely made that first goal though. I'll just say he scuffed it. He
Yeah,
scuffed it, but
it was
Hey, at the
a
end of the day, a
scrappy
goal's a goal.
goal. But the
Yeah.
second one,
no, the second one was probably
last
goal of the tournament. We'll see. I don't know how you top that one. I really don't. But that's the World Cup pretty much recap with Chelsea players. We'll see what happens in match week 2. We'll be back here Sunday to talk about actual like other Chelsea news. I know someone mentioned our opinion on Zakarian and all that stuff. We'll talk about it on Sunday. Well, yeah, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about.
Switzerland's fifth choice midfielder. Let's run it. This guy don't start, man.
Switzerland's
This
freaking
guy can't start
Zakaria.
not playing for Nottingham Forest.
Says something about Zakaria there on that one. But all right, boys, that being said, guys, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you're subscribing, hit the bell notification so you don't miss when we're going to stream. Leave a comment down below, check out the links in the description, join us in the Discord. We'll be watching England versus US tomorrow on a Discord. Come banter with us. But that being said, we'll be back on Sunday for more Casually Chelsea. And big up to Alex and Scott and Chris, and big up to the rest of you. Enjoy your Thanksgiving if you aren't already enjoying it, to my fellow Americans, and we'll catch you again on Sunday. Peace and stay casual.